you don't want to stop loss on a roll down, right? I think that's what people are talking about when they say like gambler's fallacy. They're talking about like a stop loss function, which is like if you lose a certain amount, you pull out, right? Which is something that, I mean, it doesn't really make sense in this case though, right? Like you can't have a stop loss on. It's not like I can spend 30 golds and then feel like, okay, I can't spend anymore because my probability is still the same, right? Like the one situation you could have a stop loss in is if you need to be able to take that level up. So it's potential, like, since we were rolling on 31 and we wanted the gold to level on 33, there's an argument that we're supposed to stop at around 20 golds. I don't think that is what we should have done, but it's arguable. It is actually. But we can't stop like before that for sure. And we can't stop after that either. That's like the only point where we could arguably stop. I respect AM over Tusk if I'm paired on Enchantresses. I actually think I respect Tusk. It's pretty close though. My instinct is telling me AM. It should normally be AM. I think it's AM, actually. Can't be Tusk. AM is just a better unit than Tusk. The odds that, like, what are the odds that I need Tusk for Savages? It's pretty low. Or the odds that Tusk completes instead of pairing. I'm never going for the 3-star. I'm not even necessarily in Savages. It depends if we find a Lycan. If we find a Lycan super early on like round 3 or round 4, I'm going to feel really bad if I sell this Tusk and then don't find another one for a few rounds. Tusk is kind of high rolly. Like, he has a potentially really big upside. It's close. It almost doesn't matter though. So Enchantress pairs to, in this case, like Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is a strong thing that I put in my range of knights. And it's just generally decent standalone value, as every demon is. So I've got start for Chaos Knights on knights, and the Savage pairing up. Maybe leading to Savage. We still haven't played Savage all day. You need like an early Lycan Ass pull to really feel like you can play Savage. Or, nah, that's not true. Early Venom 2, early Ench 2. Ogre over Tiny. Gets Ogre over Tiny. So we're stuck on Fall. Now Fall is interesting. That changes things a bit. Because now suddenly, our range of 3, which is like Scrappy, Knights, and Savages, we don't want to be playing Scrappy anymore, because Scrappy can't use Fall. And Knights can use Fall a lot better than Savages can. Can Savages really even use Fall? Can they really? Does it count? I think I'll just rep these Knights, honestly. It'll actually... Honestly, the game theory of this game gets really, really interesting when you know you're playing in a format where every single person is pressing tab. This isn't something that happens on ladder, but in theory, in like tournaments, it'll be really interesting. For example, what I can do is, if I know every single person is keeping themselves open and every single person is pressing tab, there's a really, really big argument to like literally just sell my entire bench. Not even for interest, but to make sure everyone knows I'm on Knights and stay the fuck off. Because they'll see like Fall, they'll see 3 Knights on my board, and they'll see nothing on my bench. And that's the kind of play that you don't really see happening on ladder, because I think I can't really do that on ladder. It's more important to keep my options open. I don't know, that's just an example. There's a lot of interesting things like that can start happening in tournaments. Do you even listen to what you're saying? Yeah, of course. What do you mean? You can do that on ladder too. They'll see it and they won't back down. Yeah, potentially. I literally make that play all the time. It works, by the way. Yeah. I wonder how many people press tab on ladder. Obviously, it like depends on MMR, but like in your average like game as a Lord player queuing, probably like 5 or 6, right? This is fine. There's some weird consideration to go savages. Knights are probably too open. People were dipping in and out of knights. I think we're stuck on knights. It is actually true. Backward induction method in game theory suggests that that would be the correct thing to do if your opponent's seeing full. Yeah. No, of course. No, it's really weird, but that's. I mean, game theory is always like really counterintuitive. Yeah, I think we're Knights jammers. I think I can literally just force it in. I can actually bench the Lycan. Because since I'm in Fall from Grace, there's a chance I'll run this for a bit, for sure. Especially if it completes early, it could be worth a decent amount of money. It's 5 anti-mages. I mean, running Heartless right now, I don't know if that can be good. Oh, it totally can be. This is so weird. Dude, what is this board? And now we're not running Knights at all, which is kind of dangerous, because and then you have to consider the amount of people that press tab but only look at the alliances and not look at the bench. Because if you consider that kind of person, it's kind of scary to not be repping what you're on. Like, I'm on Knights, but I'm not repping Knights, and it's a little dangerous, right? And we will never see the 9th AM until like round 36. Yeah. It's a good time to be an AM picker. Like, we have 1 Terrorblade and 6 AMs on round 7. And AM's a really solid unit early. It kind of like falls off on the 2nd AM though. You don't necessarily want 2 of them. Which is part of the reason that this board isn't like, you know, achieving super nuts status. What do you guys think? Okay. I'm actually very curious. What do you guys think? In your average, like, Lord queue, which is like, it's like 5 Lord players and like a few BB like 4s and some random boss. In your average Lord queue, out of the 7 opponents that you face, this is not out of 8, this is out of 7, how many of them, on average, will be people that don't press tab, people that press tab and look at both bench and alliances, or people that press tab and only look at alliances? What are your predictions? I personally think it's probably 5 people that press tab and look at both, 1 person that doesn't, and 1 person that presses it and only looks at alliances would be my guess. I don't know though, maybe that's just way off. That could totally be super off, I have no idea. If we're in Demon Hunter Knights, it means we're never in CK. I mean, we could easily not be at Knights. I think we're in Knights. We have Fall from Grace, and I mean, we haven't found a single actual Knight yet, but when we're in Fall, like, you know, okay, we did find the Omni in this pack. That's true. So these AMs should be doing basically an assload of damage. It's kind of neat. They're getting 50% pure damage from Demon Hunter, and they're also... Mana Break is physical, so it works with the Heartless that we're pairing with Pudge and Lycan right now. Doesn't look like Knights. This absolutely looks like Knights. If Knights are open and we have Fall from Grace, we're in Knights. That's like... It doesn't matter how many Knights we have on our bench. If Knights are open and we have Fall from Grace, we are in Knights. Straight up. Removing Heartless from this board sounds troublesome though. I only look for specific units and will ignore all other units when I hit tab. I just learned about the tab button right now, lol. Ooh. None of them give enough and just... None of them give a fuck and just force what they think is good. 100% of mobile players that press tab only look at alliances. Do people really look at alliances? 6 press tab, 4 look at both, 2 only look at alliances. 80% just checking alliances, TBH. Yeah, that's the scary thing. And that's like part of the weird strategy of like repping your builds, because you gain value. If more and more people just look at alliances and don't look at bench, then you gain a lot more. Oh god. Do I take Smuggler here? I have to take Smuggler here. Smuggler on 10 is fine. Normally Smuggler hurts your like Fall from Grace options, but we're already at Knights, so we can already kind of skip Fall. I want to hit this interest point quite badly. I think I'm totally fine selling either Lycan or Pudge here, and I can just sell Lycan to nail this interest point down. So Pudge is a fatty. I think I'm totally fine with Pudge being the hero here. Seems kind of weird. He's not linking alliances, but he's the tankiest just like single unit I can have, and linking trolls isn't worth it if we don't have a decent front line. I just think I'm not in CK. But it could depend on Terrorblade progress. Like if someone ass-pulls like 3 Terrorblades or something, then suddenly this Demon Hunter thing looks less good. It feels like I'm in Demon Hunters though. I have 7 anti-mages. It's round 11, dude. Demon Hunters are open. I mean, I might as well buy it, right? There's no reason not to buy it. I think I probably overestimate how many people press tab, and I probably overestimate how many people look at the bench. Like, if you look at my board right now, and someone tries to go Knights and thinks it's a good idea without looking at my bench, that's super dangerous. Like, if that many people don't look at bench, there's no universe that it's correct to have 0 Knights on my board right now. I should always have 2, just to disincentivize people that look at that don't look at bench. Like, that's terrifying. If somebody goes Knights, I just lose. I don't lose, but I lose a shit ton of value. I think I can just do this, actually. I don't know. This is a really, really weird spot, guys. We're on a streak that I'd love to protect, but I kind of can't. I just have to hope things follow through. We have double Anti-Mage, which is good. Anti-Mage is probably just the strongest standalone value level 1 unit. Looks like this guy has us, though. That's fine. Streak was bound to come to an end. We could have sold the Pudge for the guaranteed interest point, but in doing so, we're definitely hurting our streak's ability to even persist, which I just don't like. I have to hope we're good here. But then the amount of people that literally don't even press tab at all then hurts your ability to try to rep your build by making your board weaker, right? That's so weird. Are you acquainted with other EG players like Dota 2, Sumail, or TZ? We kind of like, I don't know. We haven't really like hung out or anything. Sumail looks really different. I'm kind of like, I used to play Dota a long time ago, so I'm used to him looking quite like young. He has like a beard. It's weird. I just main tank this. How many being a main tank is kind of okay. Did you meet Grant? Yeah, I met Grant. I think he's actually moving down here pretty soon. I hung out with a Rocket League team for a bit while that was a thing. Although it looks like it's not really a thing anymore. Rainbow Six guys are cool. I think they're actually having like some kind of like barbecue right now. Like some of the Rainbow Six guys are kind of hanging out because we all live in the same like apartment complex. Some of the Rainbow Six guys are having like some barbecue cookout thing right now. And I was actually gonna come, but they actually decided to patch on a Sunday. I was gonna blow you guys off. I was gonna take today off and hang out with the Rainbow Six. But they patched on a Sunday, so here I am with you guys. We're at 8 anti-mages too. Can I ditch 1 AM? I think I have to ditch 1 AM actually. At this point, like, the more frontline and pairing Heartless feels like, at this point, I actually have to get rid of 1 a.m. God, is that possible? It feels wrong. How am I benching a 2-star AM at round 14? And it's picking up Demon Hunter buff, too. I guess I just have, like, I'm just supposed to have a solo tank DK, I guess. We have a really good situation, though. I mean, we have the nuts. We're in Knights, we have Fall, we have great items. I mean, Smuggler Fall from Gaze is pretty good. Not like the nuts, but it's pretty good. You know, we're on the AM out already, which is crazy. It's actually insane that this is already happening. I mean, Batrider can split tank now that he's 2, actually, so we can just do something like this. This looks good. And now we can just invert for Wolves. And once this AM upgrades, which probably should be by round 20, I'll just be really happy. So, the one thing is normally you go to 7 on 17. That will lower my tier 1 odds to what? Wait, what did they go down to? You talk to the Dota players? Ah, we exchanged a few lines. ITZ sometimes asks me some questions about like Underlords and what's good. I asked him if he wanted to hang out once, but he was like, nah. PP hands. Stuck on mech. How is Dawning of Bristol? I mean, we're not really on heals, and we do actually have the option to take a Ristal, right? Because we're on like 4 Knights Demon Hunters. I guess we're still always pairing Warlocks, but everyone pairs Warlocks, right? So it's not really a fair comparison to make. I don't know. I mean, Mechanism is never really like bad. I don't know. Dawning of Bristol can't actually be great, can it? I just hate that item. It's a symmetrical item, and it's only 50% too. It doesn't even like cancel the healing. It feels like the stars truly have to align. It is pickable in incredibly niche spots, but it just feels like the stars have to perfectly align to make it pickable. Miss CK? Nah, I'm not building CK. I'm in Terrorblade. I guess I could keep the option open more. I mean, I still have only found 1 Terrorblade, and this guy's potentially on it. But we have an AM3. Aren't we stuck on Terrorblade? If we have an AM3, I think we're stuck on Terrorblade, guys. What can I say? We should have Abaddon over Omni here, probably. 4 Knights. A bit more of a front line. 4 Knights is okay for the front line. What are the odds we're in Luna? Pretty low odds, right? Take some more aggressive rolls. She's pretty unlocked. I think the odds are just 0, right? Could have Batrider for Luna, potentially. If we have an AM3, and there's not incredible blockers to Terrorblade, I'm pretty sure we're stuck on Terrorblade. I think we have no choice. Gloves on Anti-Mage? Could be. He's got good DPS to sustain it. That being said, Tranquil Boots are also pretty good on him as well. It's a close call. As much as Gloves scales with his like huge body, giving him more survivability and speed, Tranquil Boots is an unironic card, guys. Like, this is actually unironic. At this point in the game, just like speedy health regen anti-mage actually kind of fucks. That being said, I mean, over Gloves could be a hot take. I don't know, dude. I mean, Luna's open-ish. Publicity. He's just got 2 contracts. Publicity's in chat. He'll back down when I buy this Luna, I think. I think Luna's good enough, honestly. I do. Are you really in 6 Knights? Oh no, I'm not. Okay, so here's the thing. We haven't been in 6 Knights basically all game. As soon as we got like the 6 anti-mages and Terrorblade was open, we've been in 4 Knights Demon Hunters, no matter what. So the question is, by default, unless your Luna progress is good or it's super unblocked, the cuts are Luna CK to go to 4 Knights. But our Batman progress is pretty bad. 3 bats at 18, and our Luna progress and blockage is actually above average. 3 Lunas by 18, and no real Luna blockers means that it's definitely an option to cut Bat as the second one instead. Puck seems good here. Puck. What are the odds we're in Puck coin? Should have sold Puck for interest. That's fine though. Do you have some roster news for us? No. Missed Luna? Ooh. That's actually bad. Whoops. Yeah, missing Luna is something that shouldn't be happening. When Luna MIA. Happens to the best of us, guys. VIP. 4 VIPs at 21. We don't have a chainmail though. Viper is really chainmail dependent. Like, he doesn't really have natural defense, but he really wants to tank. The difference between having a chainmail or not having a chainmail is like it's a notable decider on where you go with Viper. And also, I mean, it could be the Puck. If we're on Luna instead of Bat, which we don't know if we are, I mean, theoretically, I think we're supposed to be. The problem is we missed 1 Luna already. 3 Lunas by round 20 instead of 4. It's a difference. It's a difference. So we have to go to 8 here no matter what. It's just the time to level to 8. We rolled a bit more than we should have. It's fine. Here, if you don't miss things while you roll, you're not rolling quick enough anyway. Yeah, exactly. And here's Mom. Mom's sweet. Is this better than Octarine? Feels like Mom has to be good enough here. We're pairing Demon Hunters to the board. Anti-Mage's DPS is actually kind of unironic. If we're in Luna, then we're in Puck instead of Viper. Viper can frontline. I don't mind. I'm an AM over... I don't know. Some messy things are happening here. Blade Mail or Chainmail for Viper. Blade Mail is 30% reduction. Chainmail, of course. Blade Mail and Viper makes no sense. I don't know why people do it. Viper wants to stay alive longer because of his toxin, not deal more damage because of it. Also, Chainmail is just like better than Blade Mail when you have no natural resistances. I mean, I guess Blade Mail on Viper means that against mages he'll deal a lot of damage, since Blade Mail should calculate before resistances. And when you're pairing dragons, he has a lot of magic resistance, right? People think Blade Mail gives 30% reduction. I guess that's why people build Blade Mail on Viper. I think that makes negative sense, though. Alexa, Viper has a lot of built-in synergy with Chainmail. Yo, Ace of Spades! What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for the host. How's TFT? I'm definitely in too good of a spot to have to upgrade this year. I need to econ back up. I think I beat like almost every board right now. I have basically the nuts. Yo, I'm kind of sad this AM didn't turn on the... Holy shit. If this AM just stopped to attack the Shadow Fiends, we just like... I don't think we lose a single unit here. Okay, AM. Come on, come on. Yeah, if we didn't have the nuts board, I would easily like upgrade the Omni and put it in over like either Abaddon. And it really just... We're still thinking about this Luna progress. Let's look at Luna blockers. So Hiplicity still has this 1 Luna on bench. We're supposed to be at 4. Well, we have the mask too. The mask does make a difference. It means Luna 3 is definitely more worth building potentially. So we've got a couple free rolls here without burning any address points. We'll take one more. Hit nothing. 4th Omni. Omni over Abaddon right now is just like a pretty easy decision. Put this here. Viper's a pretty solid tank. Want to make sure that against the healthy boards we're good. Bunny coming back. In general, I think I don't want my anti-mage to be on assassins because most assassins don't have abilities that you want to silence. So the fact that my anti-mage is potentially going to pivot onto an assassin that jumps there is bad, and I shouldn't let that happen. Hilariously enough, the Shadow Fiend that just happened like 2 rounds ago is an exception to that, because I actually would have liked him to turn on him, but almost every normal case, I don't want him to go on an assassin. Blade Miller reflects 30% of damage taken, preventing that damage from happening as far as I know. If that were true, it would be like the best item in the game. I just sell this puck. I'll find a puck too later. Reflect is bad wording if it doesn't remove the damage. I agree with that.
I'm basically 1/8 gay.
That's a fair thing to say. Yo, Hennessy 987654321, welcome back. How can it reflect damage that you didn't take? Forehead? Yeah, got him, dude. That's a good point. I never thought about it like that, but you're right. Oh, this guy actually beat us. Looks like he's good. I don't know. It looks like we're probably in Viper. We can go in Viper and Luna though, right? There's nothing wrong with going Viper 3 over Puck 2. 4th Luna. This Luna is theoretically my 5th Luna. So here's like the round 25. There's some weird outside decision about like leveling instead of rolling. Normally this is the territory in the game where you just roll all the way. But our roll value is actually ass right now. We have 4 Lunas, 4 Omnis, 1 DK, 2 Abaddons, 4 Terrorblades. Those are bad numbers. In some cases, and we have 6 Witch Doctors, but Witch Doctor is not super important to complete. In some cases, a 5 of is actually close to a spike if it's something you would double down on. Like if you have Batriders in the early game, like 5 Batriders represents roll value because the 6th one is actually powerful and it improves your board immediately. But like we're just close to nothing. I don't know, can we possibly level to 9 here? I don't think so. I think I just have to keep pressing the R button. It just feels bad that we are so far from stuff. I think we literally can't level. I think it's insane to think about leveling right now. Okay, so I theoretically have 6 Lunas right now. In theory, I have 6 Lunas. Viper overflow a little bit. I think this Viper is probably getting there. Double Mom? I mean, we do it, right? Double Mom, right? I mean, we're in the Luna version. This is not consolidating. This is actually a disaster. We have to sell both Vipers. Both Omnis. I can sell both Omnis, right? I think that's an okay sell. How am I reconciling not having this Terrorblade 2 in play, though? That's a tough one. Selling Omni has to make more sense than selling Viper, right? Unless Viper is super contested. Whoops. Why is Mom Luna good? Because Mom doesn't silence passives, and she's a high DPS unit. So Mask of Madness is basically her match made in heaven. So we're at 7 Terrorblades and 7 Abaddons. which is not really close enough to be looking to consolidate them, but it's also eating into my bench space. So I think I have to sell these Vipers anyway, probably. I think I'm supposed to sell both of these Vipers right now. Or I could roll like a bitch. Or like, no, sorry, opposite. Someone who's not a bitch actually would roll here. 4 Abadas? Oh yeah, 4. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said 7. I thought we had 1 in play. We just lost Dragon. That can't possibly be worth it. We're supposed to do this and then exchange the Viper on board for the second Terrorblade. Get out of bat? We could get out of bat as well. I mean, it looks like we're in Luna. It's a little too early before decay levels. Yeah, you're right. We should be in bat here. Probably not an Omni. Well, that was easy. $55. We have to roll down a bit more, right? What are we looking for? DK specifically? Necro for 4th Heartless. Second. Necro for 4th Heartless. What is that worth it over? Terrorblade spending too much time walking there. None of these 3 stars definitely. I need to readjust positioning. I can't have him like running a fucking marathon to get to a fight. I think we do maybe too much physical damage to not be on 4 Heartless. Overwatch Doctor? Oh, hell no. Not even close. Right? Give him Tranquil so he walks less. I like the way you think. So Haplicity has a strong board here, apparently. I don't know. Is it possible that we should be thinking about leveling sooner? I think I need to roll to a DK. There's the DK completing. Suddenly the Viper on board has to be stuck there. I mean, this Necro is a really good 9th unit, right? We're so far from actually completing this stuff, though. Necro's so good, you have to get it in. Yeah, Necro's nuts. I think it's less good than this Viper, too, on this board right now, though. So it's our 9th unit, and the problem is, I don't know when we're leveling to 9. 33, probably? I think we should level to 9 on 33. Aren't we leveled too far to reliably find her? No, it just goes down 3% here. No big deal. I mean, Haplicity's out of her. The difference between 5 and 6 Lunas is big, though. 5 levels on everything. Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it. We have the other mom. I think we have the other mom. We literally kind of have to go for it. Which means this Necro might, like, never see the light of day. I mean, how can... We can't go to 9 on 31. If we find the Luna, then we can go to 9 on 33. So we can bench the Necro for then. We can't be building all of these. We're going to have to sell out of either Abaddon or Omni. Probably the one that doesn't complete first. 9 has a pretty big power spike. It hurts my Luna odds too much. 33 makes sense math-wise. I think 33 has to be the timing for 9 here. Ah, fuck. I can't be building both of these. Ah, fuck, dude. Not in Viper. I think my roll value is too high. I mean, we could econ for like a couple turns maybe. I want to hit 1 upgrade. If I hit Omni, I'll econ. I don't know. It's close. I think this. I might actually sell out of Necro at a certain point. My roll value is going to be so high for the entire rest of the game. Go Octarine. It's got to be Octarine, right? Octarine's just best here. Simplicity got. He's got 6 warriors. I don't need pipe. Octarine it is. It'll be really good when these units start completing. Suddenly, Witch Doctor is the one that's left behind. We've had like all these witch doctors on the bench for ages. I'm not pairing that. I refuse to pair that. Doom 3 Monka Giga. So we need this to not go on anti-mage here. This is good. Stuck on Terrorblade. We can just punt him. Oh, he got stunned. Wow. That was actually really bad. Is that like... what bashed him there? What stunned a Terrorblade? Was it like I missed it. So let him Necro? Yeah, I can. I might have to. It feels bad not leveling up. I mean, there's a world where we find the Lunas. I need this Luna 3-star. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind a level 1 Necro. I just want his Alliance tags. Slark disarmed? It looked like a stun. I'm rolling. I'm rolling down all the way. Here it goes. That actually wasn't that much rolling. Okay, and this is... now I'm very happy I kept the Necro. Because now that my roll value is lower, I will level to 9 on 33. Absolutely, I'll level to 9 on 33. Which means I'll roll once here for the Omni out. Nope. Would have been a neat dream, though. And now we can econ 1 round, and then on 33, we can level the Abaddon. Or we want to level up for sure. So we do the math. We need 20, which means we're rolling... it's 25 gold to level. So we press R until we hit... 25 golds, and then we level up and put in Necro level 1. Necro has better odds of leveling to 2 if we level before rolling. We could just level before rolling then. But I think we just dump our economy here. This is kind of our last stand. I think leveling before rolling probably makes sense now. It only hurts our Omni and Abaddon odds by like a tiny fraction. So now that our Luna is 3, after the Luna is 3, the Heartless pair to the board does a lot more, because the amount of physical damage on my board just went up by a lot. You know what? It made it a lot harder to get these achievements, actually. There we go. And there, we can actually start econing a little bit again, even. Now we have the Octarine target that we actually want. We have like a decent kind of like Viper mech here. I think this is okay. Not necessarily what I'd consider ideal. This Terrorblade's positioning is the worst I've ever seen in my life. Something should change there. That's fine. I'm just scared of Haplicity's 3-star Doom board. Taco not entertained. I mean, I think I'm locked in for second at least. And we could still get the Abaddon 3. I think the Abaddon 3 is like just part of our win condition here.
I'm basically 1/8 gay.
Having no chainmail feels really bad right now though. Like really, really bad. Okay, we're against the Doom board. Alright, let's go. Anti-Mage and Kunkka is what we want. That's why we swapped that like that. Oh, but he's doomed. He's not draining his mana. Doom on Anti-Mage. All things considered, it could have been worse, I guess. I don't know. This Luna just needs to one-shot everything. Dude, this Doom is so spooky. Holy shit. Ow. Dude, tell me you're beating this guy's board. Thank God. Dude, I was like, dude, is this guy... no way. It's unlocked Luna? Yeah. Okay. Heads up against Happlicity. We're stuck on 9 with like some dream roll down for these 3 stars. That's not going to happen. So what are our objectives here? We need our Luna to not get stun locked. We want to send something in back for the tiny toss targets. We want Omni and Abaddon to be tanking a lot. I think the most important objectives... It's kind of hard to read this out loud because Happlicity is in chat. I'm gonna have to keep a little bit to myself. A little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, at 10 health, I have to roll down. The odds of me completing completing Abaddon or Witch Doctor on this roll down are phenomenally low. But this is the only thing my gold is doing. Okay, here we go. Okay, we lost. I thought we were good there with TB Transform. Whoops, I should have spread out then. We can complete Necro, actually. Necro odds could get there. Refresher is the only actual item here. Problem with Refresher is it's kind of hard to like bundle my guys up right now. Oh, I need the Doom to go on the Viper, basically, I think. I need the attack speed slow to just, like, get on the... Okay, that didn't last long. What the fuck? Dude, what? Dude, holy shit. 9,000? Man, he got that 3-star Doom really early too, right? He got it on like was it before 25? It might have been 25-ish. Doom 3-star win condition? I mean, that's a good enabler for 6 warriors. It is. Warriors are real, let's go. I mean, if you can get a 3-star Doom, 6 warriors are decent. Nobody goes Doom. Right, it's uncontested. This is something that could actually be a build. I remember mentioning this, like, I think it was the day before yesterday. But I mean, with Doom being one of the 4-cost units that's actually good to 3-star because of his like insane DPS increases, it could be an enabler for the 6 warrior build in particular. I don't know. I mean, how reliable is that though? Like, 3-starring a 4-cost that you're aiming for specifically, it's not that much less likely than a 3-cost these days. You need to have a crazy good start though. I tried warriors, you can go 2 Dooms even. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing about 6 warriors, you can easily slot in 2 Dooms there. Try warriors. I could fit it into my range. I could absolutely fit that into my range. I can try it. Dude, what the hell?